Today, let us take some time to study the words of God together. God said, "Fight the good fight of the faith. Take hold of the eternal life." Considering this, we can understand how precious and valuable is eternal life. God wants our faith to be focused on the value of eternal life. Let us see 1 John chapter 5, verse 9. We accept man's testimony, but God's testimony is greater because it is the testimony of God, which He has given about His Son. Anyone who believes in the Son of God has this testimony in his heart. Anyone who does not believe God has made him out to be a liar, because he has not believed the testimony God has given about His Son. And this is the testimony. What has God given us? God has given us eternal life, and this life is in His Son. He who has the Son has life, and he who does not have the Son of God does not have life. I write these things to you who believe in the name of the Son of God, so that you may know, what do you have? That you have eternal life. Everyone, we might take the words eternal life lightly, since we hear it all the time. However, what title is given only to those who have eternal life? They can be called God's children. Eternal life is not just given to us without any sacrifice. Why is the Passover so important to us? And why is the New Covenant so precious to us today? What is related to these? These are all related to eternal life and salvation. If God's commandments, salvation, and eternal life were to have no relation to each other, then God's commandments would have no value. If that were to be true, God's commands would lose their value. Yet the fact is, they are all related to our salvation and eternal life. Everyone, as God's people who have faith in God, we should never lose the focus on what is valuable about our faith. We must not let our focus wander from the value of our faith. Let us see in Galatians chapter 6, verse 6. Anyone who receives instruction in the Word must share all good things with his instructor. Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. The one who sows to please his sinful nature, from that nature will reap destruction. The one who sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit, what will he reap? We can see that the Bible is solely concerned about eternal life. Since we frequently talk about eternal life, we may not fully understand how great and amazing the blessing of eternal life truly is. However, when we return to the kingdom of heaven, we will realize just how special are those whom God has chosen to be the ones who have eternal life in heaven. The one who sows to please his sinful nature will reap destruction, but the one who sows to please the Spirit, pouring out their best effort, all their passion and faith, will reap the fruit of eternal life. Let us see Romans chapter 6, verse 20. When you were slaves to sin, you were free from the control of righteousness. What benefit did you reap at that time from the things you are now ashamed of? Those things result in death. But now that you have been set free from sin and have become slaves to God, the benefit you reap leads to holiness. And the result is? What is the result? Eternal life. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life in Christ Jesus our Lord. The result of all of God's grace is contained in the promise of eternal life. Everyone, the focus of our faith must only be on salvation. Let us continue with the book of Romans chapter 5, verse 19. For just as through the disobedience of the one man, the many were made sinners, so also through the obedience of the one man, the many will be made righteous. The law was added so that the trespass might increase. But where sin increased, grace increased all the more, so that just as sin reigned in death, so also grace might reign through righteousness, to bring what through Jesus Christ our Lord? Ultimately, the most valuable path in our life of faith is the way God leads us to eternal life. To scholars, the most valuable thing may be to study. To soldiers, it may be to have courage. But to our faith, the most valuable thing is salvation and eternal life. To lead us in this path, God gave many people various titles and positions, granting them authority and abilities to carry out their mission. Everyone isn't working to go to heaven and receive God's blessing, the most valuable work in our life of faith. Please consider in your life, what has the greatest value to you? I hope that we all wholeheartedly and joyfully follow the path that Father and Mother lead us to. Hoping you received much grace, I would like to conclude today's sermon. Thank you very much.